Hi, it's Sonny again, and I'm running my mouth. And Claudette said that I needed to smile more. Well, I've got a lousy smile. I just look like I'm a grinning fool when I do that. So if I don't smile, it's not because I'm not happy, okay? It's just a bad smile. I want to talk this time about surrender and giving up. There's a difference, you know. Surrender, letting go, call it what you want, is probably the most difficult thing that any of us will ever have to do and learn. And it's one of the most important things that we will learn uh, in this lifetime. Surrender uh, is admitting that you don't have any control over a situation anymore. It's admitting that I can't keep doing what I'm doing because it's not working. It's saying there's things going on that I don't know enough about, that I'm going to have to turn this situation over to something that's more powerful, that has a better perspective than I do. I'm going to turn this over to the universe, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to see what happens. It's not giving up. Giving up is saying there is no hope for the future. You just no, gone. It's gone. Uh, and so I'll never try again. Giving up is saying that there's just no hope. Surrendering is saying, I just don't know what the outcome is going to be. And I don't have the resources at this time to do any more than what I'm already doing. It's about control. Both are about control. It's, what is it, the Five of Swords in the Tarot? I should know better than this. Um, it's making an orderly retreat. It's saying to yourself, I don't know what I'm fighting for. Do I know what I'm fighting for? Well, what is this? You know, sometimes we just keep fighting because we're so used to fighting. We've been told that it is cowardly uh, to surrender, which is not necessarily true. Uh, Giving up might be cowardly, and even then, I don't know. Um, but sometimes you have to make an orderly retreat. Sometimes you have to know what the hell you're fighting for. How many times in relationships, how many times have I heard clients, you know, they're carrying on these endless, endless battles, and nobody's getting anything or getting anywhere. For what? So I'd be right. And then if you do win, now what do you have? And how are you going to live with it? Oh, that's what right fighters do. They don't care. And they're not fighting for a principle. Uh, they're fighting just to be right because they can't admit they're wrong because people would think less of them or they think less of themselves. And as I say, our society, we are so geared to not giving up. And I understand that. And everything has to be taken with a grain of salt. But sometimes we simply have to surrender. And that's different. You don't, it's not the same thing. When we surrender, it's from a place of power. This might be the right thing to do. I don't have the resources at this time. The time's not right. The universe is not right. That doesn't mean that I have totally said that I can't win. It's saying I don't have the resources at this time. I can't see the picture. I don't have enough information. And maybe my needs are not as important as somebody else's. Because remember, our lives are all interconnected. We all came in here to learn lessons. We all have soul contracts with each other. And I don't know everybody's soul contract. God, I have trouble keeping up my own, let alone yours and everybody else's. So maybe something's playing out that I don't know. Maybe something has to happen before I can get the outcome that I would like. Maybe the outcome that I would like is not the best thing for me. Boy, I made that mistake more than one time. How about you? So taking an orderly retreat to recuperate, to get more information, that's surrendering too. You just can't keep being a bull in a china shop. We can surrender to a higher power that knows more than we do. And just be open and say, okay, let me see what's going on. Maybe I can change my point of view. Maybe I need to change my point of view. Maybe it's not the best it could be. That kind of thing. Giving up is just saying there is no hope. And yes, there are times when we need to give up because there is no hope. And I can think of a few of those. Sometimes, when medical reasons and things like that, there are times that you just simply have to give up because you're totally, completely outweighed. But that's not most of the time in our life. Most of the issues that we have with our relationships, our interpersonal relationships, be they with friends, lovers, families, work, is the question of control, where we think we have some control and we're trying to put control on top of somebody else, and we're fighting for that control, and it just screws up relationships really bad. Not to know when to surrender, when it's not worth the fight. Sometimes it's just frankly not worth the fight. It's our egos getting in the way. So sometimes you want to think about that. You want to ask yourself, what am I fighting for? What am I fighting for? Is it worth it? Sometimes it's not. What's the cost? What is the cost? Sometimes the cost is too high. We need to surrender. Do I lose everything? I could think of a couple of lifetimes as a warrior when I made that mistake. Yeah. Got killed for it. But what is it worth? What is it worth to you? Is the fight worth it? Is being right worth it? And that's what we're doing, is right fighting an awful lot of the time. Do you know what you're fighting for? To be right? It's your intent. It's not so much of what we do. And a lot of times we're doing the right thing, but we're doing it for the wrong reason. We're doing it for our ego. We're doing it to be right. Not because it's inherently the right thing to do, because it's going to be for the good of the all, like Mr. Spock used to say on Star Trek. You got to do what's the good of the all. And sometimes when we're doing that, when we have to surrender our wants and our needs for the good of the all, for the family, for the community, for the world, I have to give up, surrender. Sometimes the things that I want, because that's an act of love. That's tough love. Sometimes tough love is just surrendering too. So ask yourself, why am I doing what I do? Because the only way that you could stop a fight is to stop fighting. And actually, that's the only way you can win. Stop fighting. Work it out. Stop the fight. Stand still. Make it work. Find a solution. When you surrender, now you're open to finding solutions that work. Could be a good option. We haven't tried it. Good try.